We wanted to know what was it like to stay in a village north of Ahmed. We chose Tejakula to visit its salt farms, its ocean, and try its local delicacy, green Moringa Soup.
Morning, Puggy.
Pagi.
At the back, at the front.
In the back.
The back. 6:30 in the morning at Tejakula, heading out into Jukung to see if we can see some dolphins. And we've got Lynn with us. So we're just heading off and we're going from Tejakula out towards the Strait of Lombok. Should be a good morning. It's about a 3-hour little boat ride. Let's see what we can find. We've been to Lavina before for the dolphins, and it's more like dolphin hunting, we think. So out here you have a boat pretty much to yourself, and we're the only tourists out here looking for dolphins today. So you're not chasing them, you see them, you can drive in front of them, you can stop the boat and just let them come past.
Then, all of a sudden,
Dolphins, there they are.
and just like that, that was it, a brief glimpse. But search as we may, today wasn't the day for dolphins. As we drove back inland, I could see the look on the skipper's face. I think today he may have preferred to be chasing tuna than dolphins.
So we've just turned around and we're heading back towards the coast. We can see a gung in the distance and it looks fantastic from out in the ocean. 300,000 Indonesian rupiah or $30 Australian for a 3-hour trip, $10 an hour, can't beat that. And at Tejakula, unlike Lavina and Singaraja, we're about the only people out here. We've seen 2 other fishermen. There's not 200 boats chasing the dolphins. We've had a good bit of a look. Our driver hasn't been chasing the ones we've got. He got in front and let them go past. It's been a really good experience.
Oh, no fish.
So we're just coming back into the hills now. It's been a great morning. You don't get better value for that than $30. We saw 1 pot of dolphins, but the whole thing was about having a day out. And it's been a great morning. So I think we're going to go into shore and find some breakfast. So you use the pulley system to bring it in. So drive it up as quick as you can onto the beach and grab the rope, and then up the top they pull it in on an old pulley system. So another day in Bali and another waterfall. So today I'm making my way up to Les Waterfall in Tejakula. It's a bit smaller than all the other ones I've done recently in Munduk and Sekumpul, but they tell me it's good. The guides down the bottom said there's not a great deal of water, there hasn't been much rain, but I'll go up there for myself and find out. As you walk up to the waterfall, there's a bridge crossing. It's made of metal, but it is bamboo slatted, so it makes a bit of a creaky noise as you walk across it. I might stick to the side of it. A couple of areas there where it flexes under you, but yeah, it's not too bad. It seriously looks like it's metal on each side and then it's just woven bamboo. Main thing I'm finding about this walk to Les Waterfall is that unlike other ones, you're walking uphill to this one and then downhill to get out. Where a lot of Munduk, Sekumpul, it's a big downstairs walk and then you do the big walk out. So this one's a bit in the reverse, but there is a lot of shade, so it's a good walk. So I'm a bit sweaty. I'm just heading upstream. There is a pathway there, but it's a lot cooler to walk in the stream. So I'm just in this stream that I'll dizzily show you. So I'm just walking in that. and making my way up. So I've made it up to Les Waterfall. It's an easy walk, you do it in about 20 minutes. As I said before, it's uphill, downhill on the way back down, but it's a really easy walk. The main thing is it's probably more the humidity, but when you get here, it's a good waterfall, and there's actually a little swimming hole at the bottom of it. So it's just getting to near the middle of the day. Lynn and I did the 3-hour Jukung trip this morning. We've had breakfast and then I've come up to Les Waterfall to have a look at that. So I think I'm going to head down to the baths. I'm going to have a look at that, maybe go for a swim, have a refresh, and then go get some lunch. Well, I've just made it to the Tejakula, or the Tejakula Baths. There's two different areas. There's a females area and a males area. And it's here that you can have a shower, have a wash, and there's also a more religious area that's blocked off at the top for the more the ceremonies, etc. Well, that's it. Just a bit of a quick trip to have a look at the baths. Tejakula Baths. You can come here as a tourist. They don't mind. There was no fee. So if you're in the area, pop in and have a look. It might be of interest to you. Well, I've just arrived at Goreki Warung at Tejakula, and I'm going to have a dish here for lunch. I've been recommended that they do a good coconut milk rendang, so I'm going to try that and see what it's like. This place used to be a pig farm, but in Bali you get a lot of viruses and they needed to change up, and they decided that they would make it into a warung. So they've only been open about 4 months. I've heard a lot of recommendations about their food and that the lady that runs it is a very good chef. There you have it, coconut milk rendang, and it is very, very nice. The meat is nice and tender, so I can agree with what people are saying. This is a really good rendang, the coconut milk version, not the dry version. Really tender beef, nice flavour, good rendang in there, a lot of chilli, I can taste a bit of ginger, a bit of garlic, but mainly that coconut rendang flavour. Just 5 minutes from the water, 5-minute walk, good for lunch, good for dinner. And this meal, I think this came in about $4. I'll put the price up there. Yeah, that's really good.
Snorkeling at Tejakula was on black volcanic sand, with the entry being on small to large round boulders.
So outside of the boulders, small rocks, there is a little bit of fish life out there. They are doing a lot of artificial reefs here, so I saw a little ray but didn't get it on. I haven't seen any turtles here, but we head down to Ahmed next week, so hopefully we'll see a little bit more down there with the main reefs down at Ahmed.
Unfortunately, I didn't get time to do a video at Ahmed. I spent too much time in the perfect water.
Well, just had a great swim, bit of a snorkel, saw a few fish, and now heading up the coast, going to do a walk for about half an hour, see if we can find a warung. We've heard there's a warung up there called Segara Warung, and outside of that it's also got a salt factory or salt farm. So we're going up and try and have a look at the salt farm and also then eat at the warung. So keep walking up the coast, see if we can find it. Well, we haven't found the warung yet, but it's an interesting walk. A lot of Jukung's boats, good bit of coast here, pretty much untouched. Just going to have to run around the water here for a sec. And getting up to a more flat section soon, and hopefully we can find this warung, and especially it's more the salt farm I'm looking for. Okay, so we found a path. Lynn's got a cheeky dog stick. So we're 25 minutes in of Lynn's 30-minute walk up the beach to the warung she knows is up here. So we'll see how that goes. Still going. How's your walk going, Lynn?
Get the taxi home. I don't know if there are taxis. We'll get a ride then.
Must be nearly there, but so we're about 40 minutes in and we're still walking. We've come to pretty rural, although we have found a path. So we're just following the path along the shore now, and hopefully we'll come across some salt farms soon. Won't we, Lynn? And Lynn was right, and we found the salt farms. So the salt farms are here, and just behind it up the back there where Lynn is, we've got the little Warung. So it looks like the system is that they put the salt water, they've got this feeding tank where the gentleman is in the middle making a new one. He's got about 4 new, I'm going to call them salt pans, I'm assuming. Don't know what they're called, I'll ask him shortly. He's building new ones, and he puts the water down into these pans at the bottom, and then they sit in the sun. Sun dehydrates them, for want of another word for someone that hasn't got a clue what they're talking about, and then you get the salt that gets scraped across the top. So this looks like one here that's in its early stages, and it's got the water there with the salt coming out to the top. So these ones here, you can see the crystals forming down on the bottom. So you can see what is the salt, which is the salt coming out in them. You can see that salt crystallising on the top. So a lot of intensive work. Not sure how much salt they get out of each one. Another question I'll have to ask. So these smaller ones here is where they put the salt and it reduces down. So it goes from the bigger pans into here, and that way it reduces down even more to a finer grain or a drier grain. These here are the dry ones. These are the new ones that are just being built. Just talking to the young lady here that's panning the salt. She says that you get about one of these large 25 kilo bags per one of these pans. So there is a lot more salt out of them than what I originally thought. But then going swimming, that snorkel we had about an hour ago, the sea here is very salty, so I can probably explains a lot, because you do actually float quite high in the salt. So I just spoke to the chap here, Wayan, and he said that this is the second stage. So the first stage, it goes in the plastic little fields, the tubs, and then once it's dried out there to a degree, it then goes in these wood ones where it has an opportunity to dry out even further, evaporate, and then more salt, and that's the final salt product that then goes into the big cones and then packed away in the bags.
So our first try of Moringa Soup. Apparently it's a superfood full of vitamins, minerals, all sorts of goodness. So the soup is made from the leaves, and then they also use the fruits, which are like long pods in stir fries and things. In India it's known as the drumstick tree because the fruit looks like drumsticks. So I believe it might be a bit bitter, so it could be interesting. I'm not really getting a smell. Oh. It's not unpleasant.
There you go, he's going to try moringa, my first time at it too. It looks pretty green. Honest opinion, I don't know what the taste is. Like sometimes when you have like green dishes, you get that grassy feeling. Like I know it's made of leaves, but is it cream and leaves? I don't know. Would I get it again? I know it's quite healthy. It's not bad. I suppose if it's good for you, does it go good with chips? That's what it works.
Your mouth and teeth are already green.
Are they? Got you thinking my teeth?
Oh.
Yeah. I wouldn't buy it again for taste, but if it was healthy for you, it's probably good for you. I'm out on this one. Hi guys, today I want to just show you where we stay. We try and average around $50 a night. The accommodation that we're in at Aditya is $46 a night, and there's a resort just in front of us that's $114. So the resort behind me is called the Gaia, and it's $114 a night, but it has a lovely outlook, nice gardens, it's got a pool down the other end, and it's right on the ocean. So $114, pretty good value for oceanfront in Tejakula. I look at it, it's like Ahmed 30 years ago. It's pretty unspoilt. So to get to our accommodation, there's a little pathway that goes next to the Gaia to the waterfront. It would be minimum 20 metres to the water. So pretty good location. Actually, it's a great location. As I said before, $46 a night. So there's just a little side door here that gets you in to the accommodation. And then you've got the traditional style of Balinese accommodation with a bedroom and an outside enclosed shower at the back of them. Although you've got the ocean as well at the resort. It's also a nice pool complex, so you can have a saltwater swim out in the ocean and then head back down to the pool to refresh.